Welcome to Comfort Habit number 2. I was a victim of a reverse racism attack part 2. So, as I was saying, I'm so used to it now that it doesn't really register. And I've had curious racism. I know I've said that before in the other video, and you're probably thinking to yourselves, what the hell is curious racism? So, let me break it down for you. Curious racism is not when a person is intentionally being racist. They're just coming to you and asking you as politely as they can, and they're doing their damnedest to not seem like a racist and not be offensive, and they ask you, what is your ethnic background? Or your national origin? Or what the hell is your race? Alright? I have been mistaken for a Mexican. I've been mistaken for a Filipino. I've been mistaken for Tiger Woods and even Ernie Reyes Jr., and we look nothing alike as far as I'm concerned. I could be wrong about that Ernie Reyes Jr. thing, but anyway, because he's one of my heroes, and we probably could pass if I was a little bit lighter. Anyway, and if I smile more because my eyes get chinky. Anyway, so I have been used to curious racism. I have been used to reverse racism, and for a while, you have stints in your life where these things just kind of like be on a cruise line, where every now and again, maybe 1 in 1,000 people would come up and ask curious racism, or somebody who would just like happen to see me from afar and get close enough to ask me. I've met a lot of friends that way because they don't know what I am, so they're curious and we become friends. In Quan. Anyway, so when this happens, it's not so much that they're being racist; it's just that they don't know. And knowledge is the one true power that every human can obtain. If you're willing to learn, you're willing to gain knowledge. Where if you don't know, you become blatantly blind to society and the events that go on in society. And with all the stuff that's been going on in the news with black cops killing a black man and other cops killing black men and black men killing cops, and you know racism is something that we will probably never ever really get past in my lifetime. But no one knows how long I'm going to live, except maybe the man upstairs. So when these things happen, you have to try to cruise with the tide instead of trying to fight the flow. Like I said, curious racism. Example, when one of my younger sisters worked at Burger King and I had to pick her up from work, there was a white kid there and he didn't say it, I guess, what most people would call proper, but in his defense, he was a kid. He couldn't have been more than maybe 14, 15 years old. And he goes, "Hey, you're some kind of Indian, aren't you?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm part Cherokee." He's like, "You sure you're not all Cherokee?" Okay, I know what I am. Or at least I know what I believe I am. Let's put it that way. I'm going to get that Ancestry DNA test just to shut people up. Staple it on my forehead. So anyway, that's curious racism. You know, uh, Blatant racism is like the guy at Kegler's who wasn't being a racist, but he was being blatantly racism because he would always call me chief. Regardless of how many times I respectfully asked him not to call me chief, he would continue to call me chief. Also, I would like to contribute the fact that thank you, Lou Diamond Phillips, because if you wouldn't have had that in that movie Renegades, maybe people would have never started calling me chief, which also came out about the time that I was in high school working at Kegler's here in Charlottesville, Virginia, where I don't know the guy, and he kept playing that same bloody, achy, breaky heart song. Yeah, sorry, Billy Ray. I'm not a country music fan. Okay, I like Viva. All right, so anyway, long and short is that there's many types of different ethnic racism, but reverse racism seems to be the thing that keeps catching me. I've been a victim of reverse racism for more than most of my life. I've had maybe 5 racist experiences with white people where they have been bad. They have been really bad, bad enough to make me want to go beat the living holy hell out of someone. I've had maybe 2 racist incidences with a Native American, and that was they were in the wheelchair basketball team a few years back, and we had dinner at the Jefferson. Well, the chief of the tribe looked more like he was a white man, and he said some really negative things about me being a half breed and not having full blood status, etc., etc., which was really insulting and condescending. And I'm thinking to myself, if you weren't in a wheelchair, maybe we should have a rites of passage fight. Yes, I do a lot of research on Native American stuff, just so that I could shut this guy up. I'd be glad to tie our hands together and rumble. There's just one little thing that was kind of stopping that, and he was in a wheelchair. Okay? And then there was another Native American guy who was in a wheelchair who also gave me some flack. However, there was also a Native American guy on the Cardinals team who didn't give me any flack for being a half breed. And thank you, Court, very much for letting me be me. Because Court is I think he's a Mohawk, but he's like the grandson of a chief or something. I don't remember what his status is, but he's full blood Indian. So, you know, Courtney, thank you. Forgot his last name, and not the guy that I made movies with. Courtney, not that Courtney. This is a different Courtney. This Courtney's Native American. The other Courtney's a black guy who was used racism on himself. Our film that's on here somewhere. I was against some of the things that were said, and he said, "Let it go." I'm the one person on earth who don't believe in trying to offend someone due to their race, because that's not right. If someone is an asshole, and I am an asshole, but I'm honest about it and I own my shit. If someone is an asshole, they're an asshole. Assholes come in all shapes and colors and sizes and people. Alright? Same thing goes for races. But the difference between an asshole and a racist is most of the time an asshole just either is a clean asshole or a dirty asshole. He's not, or she's not, someone that's just like not trying to be in society. They just think that they're on top of society so that they can shit on everyone else. Now, getting that out of the way, most of my racism incidents have happened from black people. When my grade school here in Charlottesville, Virginia, right off of 250, and that's all you get, had a race war, I had people, my white friends and my black friends, asking me what side I was fighting on. I told you this story before, and I told them I'm not fighting on any side because I'm only on my side. If the white guys attack me, I'm gonna fuck them up. If the black guys attack me, I'm gonna fuck them up. You know why? Because I'm from both camps. So I don't have the right to choose a side on that. My side is my side, not the black side, not the white side. Because where do you go? I'm never going to be white. And clearly the black people only want me as that extra man when they're outnumbered by the whites. See what I'm saying? Blatantly racism. And most of the time, when the race war started, it was, James, you're not going to fight on the black side because you're not a real nigger, you're a half nigger. Yeah, I've been a half nigger. So, in knowing all that, you tend to not want to be on the side of the people with your same skin tone because you're not a real nigger, you're a half nigger. I'm nobody's nigger, alright? I have a name. I'm also nobody's chief because I'm not in a tribe and I'm not full-blooded Native American, so don't call me chief. But if I could ascend to the top of the throne or the totem pole, hell yeah, I'll take the job. Anyway, moving on. I'm really not sure if I handled yesterday properly. I mean, I didn't hit the guy. I wanted to hit the guy. I really wanted to dive over that damn counter and just break his fucking neck. But that would not have changed anything. He still, in his last dying breath, probably would have thought that I was still a redskin. So that wouldn't have made a big difference. So I'm going to end this now because I have another video that I want to film. But I want to thank you guys, and I just wanted to get that off my chest because yesterday was just a really bad fucking day. It was fine. I mean, the dentist thing was fine. The thing in between the dentist thing is kind of what fucked the day up. And then I went back to the dentist. But prior to that, with the incident being minute, the day probably could have went by a little bit smoother. But to have somebody who doesn't know me and blatantly see me shopping and call me a fucking redskin is just kind of foul. To anyone I have offended by using the term redskin, I apologize. Native Americans are not redskins. We have names. We have numbers. We have humanity. And to the people in big corporations out there trying to take the land, get a grip. Because one, this country, the land was taken from my Native American ancestors and from every person who has a Native American drop of blood in them. Their tribes were taken, and you put them on chunks of dirt that you called reservations. Don't put your pipeline through their reservation. You don't have the right to do that anymore. There were treaties signed, and America needs to honor them. So, my request to North and everyone else that's watching, because this is totally unrelated to my racist incident, but while it's on my mind, we need to get in there and honor the treaties. There's a lot of tribes left, and we still have the right to thrive. Why are you taking what's left of what you gave us to begin with? America once was a one Native American nation. Once the tribes just branched out and decided to have their own thing, and each culture of tribes virtually differ from the other. But in our heart of hearts, all tribes are tribal that came from one basic tribe. Now, I know that sounds probably incesty and all that, but the fact of the matter is most of them all probably had the same genome, and they all came over here through Russia from Asia. So Native Americans are Asian. All right, we're not going to establish that anymore. And in the long and short of that is that why are you putting a pipeline through the reservation when you can put it anywhere else in the world instead of trying to take over land that you've already promised the tribes thousands of years ago that was their tribes, their land? I'm James Williams Jr. Thank you. And to Narf, if you need me, I'm there. I'm ready to make any commercial you want, free of charge. I'm James Williams Jr. It's Comfy Having number 2. Peace in you.